National electrical code considerations are crucial when planning electrical circuits for computer cubicles. In NEC Article 210.19, A1 states that the maximum load permitted on a 15 or 20 amps branch circuit is 80% of the circuit ampacity. NEC Article 210.21, B9 indicates that the total load of a branch circuit serving personal computers and associated equipment shall not exceed 180 volt-amperes per outlet. Let's make a few assumptions. Assume each computer cubicle requires one outlet and that each computer and associated equipment consumes approximately 180 volt-amperes. Now let's determine the maximum number of computer cubicles on a circuit. For a 15 amp circuit, first calculate 80% of 15 amps, which equals 12 amps. Then multiply 12 amps by 120 volts, resulting in 1440 volt-amperes. Finally, divide 1440 volt-amperes by 180 volt-amperes per outlet, which equals 8 outlets or 8 computer cubicles. For a 20 amp circuit, first calculate 80% of 20 amps, which equals 16 amps. Then multiply 16 amps by 120 volts, resulting in 1920 volt-amperes. Finally, divide 1920 volt-amperes by 180 volt-amperes per outlet, which gives you approximately 10.6 outlets. Since you cannot have a fraction of an outlet, round down to 10 computer cubicles. Therefore, it's recommended to limit the number of computer cubicles on the single circuit to 8 for 15 amp circuits and 10 for 20 amp circuits. Exceeding these limits could result in a circuit overload, potentially tripping the circuit breaker and creating fire hazards. Consider these additional points. The actual load on the circuit may vary depending on the specific equipment being used. It is always good practice to provide some buffer in the load calculation to account for future additions and changes. Always consult with a licensed electrician to verify the circuit capacity and ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations.